Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is off tonight. We start with the fact that should come no surprise to most of us. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick says we got more rain in Spokane in the last 2 days than we got in all of April. So Thomas, the question now, is it over?
Yeah, that's the question on everybody's mind. Let me preface it by saying this. We either got that heavy rain from yesterday's storms or today's all-day rain, but we do have a nice break in store for this upcoming weekend. A flood watch does continue through the overnight hours until 8 o'clock in the morning. More of a precautionary tale because there's no ongoing flooding, no flood warnings, no flood advisories, just a watch as of now. And I don't expect anything significant in the overnight hours, but that steady rain just continues, especially for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Deer Park, Sandpoint. Just seeing the steady rain that isn't going anywhere at the current hour. That also continues for St. Mary's, as well as, looks like it's just about to end in the Moscow area. Very slow movement of those showers for tonight, so it will stay where it is right now through the morning hours and then slowly taper off after about 6 o'clock in the morning for most areas. But I will promise that a drier weekend is ahead of us. Once this batch of rain is out of the way, we should be good to go for the remainder of the weekend. But I'll give you an idea of what our future tracker is saying in terms of the end timing of these showers coming up in your full forecast a few minutes away.
Sounds good, Thomas. Thank you very much. If you are driving downtown, be ready for some new challenges. The city of Spokane announced today it is shutting down the Post Street Bridge effective immediately. They determined it is no longer safe for cars and trucks to go over, and it will have to be replaced. Our Casey Decker takes a look at what's already happening downtown.
That's right. As of today, Post Street Bridge is shut down. That's why I'm able to stand here in the middle of it, because no cars are allowed on this bridge right now, but pedestrians and cyclists still are.
The 102-year-old Post Street Bridge carries more than 2,000 people a day from the City Hall area across the river into the courthouse area. The city's been planning to replace it for a while, but now a surprising development. It will have to be closed off before construction on that replacement even begins. A structural analysis found it's no longer safe to carry the weight of cars and trucks. However, pedestrians are still good to go, as are cyclists. We're already seeing traffic impacts even at off-peak hours. Within just a few minutes, several cars came down Post Street only to have to turn around. This sign on Spokane Falls Boulevard hasn't been much help. Watch these drivers pass right by the sign and turn down Post. And then a few minutes later, they're back. And beyond the backups on Spokane Falls, drivers like these will need to find new routes over the river. That means expect even heavier traffic than we already have on the Monroe Street Bridge, and probably some on the Maple and Washington Street bridges as well. As for that replacement, construction won't begin until at least the spring of 2020. They're currently only in the design stage. The replacement will have one lane of northbound traffic, space for pedestrians and cyclists, and the Centennial Trail.
Now, I also noticed on my way over here, Apple Maps, Google Maps, they haven't quite taken this into account yet. It's obviously pretty early, but if you're using one of those maps to route to your destination, you're going to want to make sure it's not going over the Post Street Bridge. Reporting from the Post Street Bridge, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
The city of Spokane's stormwater systems worked overtime last night. About 10 of the city's underground tanks overflowed during the rainstorm. For years, the city has worked to improve the stormwater system and has invested millions of dollars into the effort to keep the Spokane River free of potentially toxic stormwater. The tanks are designed to hold untreated stormwater and raw sewage until it can be treated.
Every day we think about what stormwater means to our river, and we're trying to take steps each and every day to improve that quality of water in the river.
2 other tanks near East Sprague are still under construction, and another at First and Adams collected some water, but it's not quite finished yet. The city says they monitor runoff after each storm. While Washington doesn't see severe weather nearly as often as other parts of the nation, the inland Northwest does see its fair share each year. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick looks back at what constitutes severe weather and how often our area sees it.
The inland Northwest saw its first batch of severe storms on Thursday. For our area, this is normal to see strong storms in the spring and summertime. Typically, between May and September are the months we see severe weather, and each year comes with a handful of warnings issued by the National Weather Service. The average number of severe thunderstorm warnings issued by NWS Spokane is about 19 per year. However, the past 2 years have been unusually quiet, with only 8 severe thunderstorm warnings issued in 2018 and only 5 in 2017. A severe storm is defined by having either damaging winds, wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or stronger, or hail at least the size of quarters, though on occasion the inland Northwest can see golf ball size hail. Tornadoes also count as severe weather. The last tornado to touch down in the inland northwest was near Airway Heights on August 16, 2016. When forecasting severe weather events, the Storm Prediction Center releases a severe weather outlook. The expected frequency and intensity of severe weather on any given day is ranked on a scale from 0 to 5, with 5 being the most extreme. The problem, though, is that this is a nationwide product, and I would be shocked to see anything above a Category 3 enhanced outlook be issued for the inland northwest. So while a marginal risk is considered a low-end threat for Oklahoma, in Washington, that means there's a real chance for severe storms with hail and damaging winds. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick, KREM 2 News.
Well, it turns out we do have a major event happening this weekend, the Lilac Festival Armed Forces Torchlight Parade. But is it still happening after all this rain? The answer is yes. Festival organizers posted on Facebook today. That post says the parade will be happening rain or shine. This is the 81st year after all, and we have seen worse weather in the past. If you are attending the parade, though, don't forget to bring an umbrella. It could be wet. All right, we are following a developing story out of Portland, Oregon tonight. Our sister station reporting the head football coach at Park Rose High School, former University of Oregon wide receiver Keenan Lowe, tackled a student with a gun near the school and held him down until police arrived. The confrontation happened near the school's tennis courts. Nobody was hurt. Police say they did recover a gun at the scene. We have learned that 2 students informed a staff member about concerning behavior from the suspect before the incident occurred. At this point, police are not identifying the suspect or saying what that person's motivations may have been.